Dr. Bashir's Complete Star Trek DS9 Timeline Explained. Menu. Screenwrit logo. User display picture. Dr. Bashir's Complete Star Trek DS9 Timeline Explained. 4. By Jen Watson. January 7th, 2025. Follow. Like. Thread. Link copied to clipboard. Star Trek Deep Space Nine's Dr. Julian Bashir, Alexander Siddig, had a fascinating life as Deep Space Nine's chief medical officer. Originally conceived by Star Trek producers as a thinly drawn character named Dr. Amoros, Bashir grew as a character and developed a complex backstory throughout Star Trek Deep Space Nine's 7 seasons. Bashir's journey took him from being a neophyte doctor who was a little too friendly with his crewmates and definitely talked too much into becoming a grounded, consummate medical professional with rich and layered friendships. Born in 2341 to Richard Bashir, Brian George, and Amsha Bashir, Fadwell Gwindi. Julian Bashir was initially scared of doctors as a young child, but developed an interest in becoming a doctor himself after realizing medicine was a skill one could learn. Julian's stuffed bear, Kukulaka, was his first patient. Unfortunately, young Julian's mental and physical abilities would prove a hindrance to achieving the prestigious medical career that he dreamed of. To help their son succeed, Bashir's parents would have to break Federation laws banning genetic engineering. Julian Bashir was genetically engineered before becoming Star Trek DS9's Doctor 2348. Before becoming Star Trek Deep Space Nine's Doctor, Julian Bashir was genetically engineered. As a child, Julian struggled to perform academically and socially, and he quickly fell behind his peers. Fearing for his future, Richard and Amsha Bashir brought their 6-year-old son Julian to Adigen Prime to rewrite his DNA. The genetic engineering successfully accelerated the growth of Julian's neural pathways, which enhanced his intellectual processing speed, memory, hand-eye coordination, hearing, strength, and reflexes. Instead of lagging behind his classmates, young Julian Bashir was one of the best in his class. Bashir's parents kept the genetic manipulation a secret and falsified his records since genetic augmentation had been illegal in the Federation since Star Trek's eugenics wars centuries earlier. When Julian was 15 years old, he found out about his enhancement and resented his parents for trying to fix him. Bashir briefly considered a career as a professional tennis player, but pivoted to study at Starfleet Medical Academy, graduating as a salutatorian. After graduation, Dr. Bashir could pick any assignment, so he chose to practice frontier medicine on one of Starfleet's furthest outposts, Deep Space Nine. Dr. Julian Bashir served as the chief medical officer on Deep Space Nine beginning in 2369. Besides treating residents' everyday maladies, Bashir eagerly pushed Starfleet medicine forward with innovative treatments and cutting-edge research. Bashir's medical achievements were often inspired by wanting to make a mark on history, such as when he tried to cure the Teplin Blight or the Jem'Haddar's Ketracel White addiction. More often, Julian developed treatments to help personal friends like Ellen Garrick, Andrew Robinson, Chief Miles O'Brien, Cole Meany, Melora Pazler, Daphne Ashbrook, and Serena Douglas, Faith C. Saley. From 2373 to 2375, the Dominion War challenged Bashir's resilience as a Starfleet officer and a doctor. As the war brewed, a changeling replaced Dr. Bashir on Deep Space Nine, while the real Bashir spent over a month in Dominion internment camp 371. After escaping from Dominion prison, Dr. Bashir's medical expertise and genetic enhancements made him an important asset for Starfleet. Bashir participated in Operation Take Back to return Starfleet control to DS9, defended AR-558 from Dominion forces, and advocated for other augments when the Federation wanted to use them as tools to develop tactical strategies. When Star Trek Deep Space Nine DS9 debuted in 1993, it introduced fans to a darker, more serialized side of the Star Trek universe. Among its ensemble cast was Dr. Julian Bashir, a brilliant yet initially arrogant and naive Starfleet medical officer. Over 7 seasons, Bashir evolved into one of the most complex and compelling characters on the show. Let's delve into Dr. Bashir's journey and timeline within DS9, highlighting key events that shaped his character. Season 1. The Ambitious Young Doctor. Dr. Julian Bashir arrives on Deep Space Nine with wide-eyed enthusiasm, fresh from Starfleet Medical. Stationed at the far edge of the Alpha Quadrant, Bashir views his post as an opportunity to practice frontier medicine. His youthful arrogance often makes him come across as socially awkward, especially when pursuing Major Kira or, more persistently, Yajia Dax. Early in the series, Bashir's brilliance as a physician becomes evident. In The Passenger, he outwits the consciousness of a criminal trapped in his mind, showcasing his medical and intellectual acumen. Despite his occasional brashness, his dedication to his craft and desire to save lives set the foundation for his future growth. Season 2 to 3, The Bonds of Friendship. One of the most significant developments in Bashir's early timeline is his unlikely friendship with Chief Miles O'Brien. While their relationship starts on shaky ground, it grows stronger through shared experiences, particularly during their time trapped in life-threatening situations. Episodes like Armageddon Game and Whispers emphasize their camaraderie and mutual respect. Professionally, Bashir's medical expertise continues to shine, especially in The Wire, where he helps Garak survive a critical medical crisis. His curiosity about Garak's mysterious past marks the beginning of another key relationship, one defined by secrets, trust, and moral ambiguity. Season 4, Revelations and Challenges. Season 4 is pivotal for Dr. Bashir. His skills are put to the test when the Klingon Federation conflict escalates. In Hippocratic Oath, Bashir faces an ethical dilemma when he encounters a group of Jem'Hadar soldiers trying to break free from their Ketracel white addiction. Here, Bashir's idealism clashes with the harsh realities of war. This season also sees Bashir growing closer to Garak. Their discussions about morality, espionage, and loyalty deepen Bashir's perspective on the complexities of the galaxy. Their dynamic adds layers to Bashir's otherwise idealistic nature, challenging his previously black and white worldview. Season 5, The Genetic Engineering Reveal. One of the most dramatic moments in Bashir's timeline occurs in Dr. Bashir, I presume, when it's revealed that Julian is genetically enhanced. As a child, his parents subjected him to illegal genetic engineering to overcome developmental challenges. This revelation reshapes Bashir's relationships and his self-image. The once cocky young doctor is now forced to grapple with the stigma of his enhancements and the ethics of genetic manipulation. Despite the personal turmoil, Bashir proves his worth repeatedly. In By Inferno's Light, he survives imprisonment by the Dominion, demonstrating resilience and resourcefulness. His enhanced intellect and skills, though controversial, make him a vital asset to the crew. Seasons 6 to 7, The Dominion War. As the Dominion War intensifies, Bashir becomes a critical figure in the fight against the Founders. In Statistical Probabilities, he works with other genetically enhanced individuals to analyze the war's potential outcomes. While their predictions challenge Starfleet's strategic decisions, Bashir's human empathy prevents them from pursuing a cold, calculated course of action. His relationship with O'Brien deepens, with episodes like The Quickening showcasing their teamwork and moral dilemmas. Bashir also develops a romantic connection with Ezri Dax, Jadzia's successor as the host of the Dax symbiont. Their relationship, though brief, reflects Bashir's maturity and his capacity for meaningful connections. In the series finale, What You Leave Behind, Bashir is instrumental in treating casualties and aiding in the Dominion's eventual surrender. While the war leaves its scars, Bashir remains committed to healing and upholding Starfleet's principles. Legacy and Character Evolution. Dr. Julian Bashir's timeline on DS9 is a testament to growth and complexity. From an arrogant young officer to a seasoned doctor shaped by war, friendship, and personal revelations, Bashir's journey captures the essence of Star Trek's exploration of humanity. His character arc,